everyone, I'm Dr. Madhu Goyal, Director Fortis La Farm, and today we are going to talk about something which is very important, something which can really impact your pregnancy, and that is high blood pressure in pregnancy. So how do you define high blood pressure in pregnancy? If your blood pressure is more than equal to 140 by 90 on two or more separate occasions, which are 6 or more hours apart, we would label you as hypertensive. Now, this simply means that your upper blood pressure, the what we call systolic blood pressure, is more than or equal to 140, and your lower blood pressure, that is the diastolic blood pressure, is more than equal to 90 millimeter of mercury on two occasions. That means one single reading will not label you as hypertensive. So on at least two separate occasions, which are 6 or more hours apart. So let's say you've gone for a prenatal visit, you get your blood pressure checked and it's 140 by 90. You want to get it checked after another 15 minutes and it is also 140 by 90. But we would still consider it as a single reading. So we would like you to come back for your blood pressure check or check it at home. And if on two separate occasions, you have more than 140 by 90, we will label you as hypertensive. High blood pressure in pregnancy can be pre-existing hypertension. Now there can be two cases in this, that you already know you are hypertensive, you are already on medication, and there can be a superimposed complication of high blood pressure in pregnancy. Or the high blood pressure has been recorded before 20 weeks of pregnancy. That means you were already hypertensive when you became pregnant. It can also be a gestational hypertension. So gestational hypertension is when one develops blood pressure during pregnancy. And there the high blood pressure recording is after 20 weeks of pregnancy. So this kind of blood pressure will usually settle once you deliver. Gestational hypertension can again be either mild or severe. So severe gestational hypertension would be when the blood pressure is more than 160 by 110 millimeter of mercury on two or more separate occasions. The third category can be preeclampsia. Preeclampsia is when not only your blood pressure is high, but there are also either proteins in your urine due to kidney damage, or there is some other form of organ damage, and it is a complication of high blood pressure. The other thing can be eclampsia. That means the patient develops convulsive seizures or she throws fits for no other reason other than high blood pressure. These categories are important because a different kind of management is required for all of them. Now, why do some patients develop high blood pressure? So there are certain risk factors which predispose a patient to develop high blood pressure. This can be first-time mothers. Yes, you've heard it right. Anybody who is pregnant for the first time is at a higher risk for developing high blood pressure. Or it can be a pregnancy at advanced age. So women who are more than 35 years of age tend to develop more high blood pressure than younger patients. Obesity. So the more the weight, the more are the chances that you will develop high blood pressure. Gestational diabetes is another factor. So it is a well-known fact that gestational diabetes and gestational hypertension can go hand in hand. Multiple pregnancies. Any patient with twins or triplets is at a higher risk of developing high blood pressure. Stress. Definitely stress can increase your chances of developing blood pressure in pregnancy. Or there may be an organ damage, that means there is a pre-existing kidney issue which can lead to high blood pressure. So these are some of the factors which predispose you to developing high blood pressure in pregnancy. Now how will you know that you have high blood pressure in pregnancy? So amazingly, high blood pressure in pregnancy does not produce any symptoms. Very rarely the patient will complain of swelling in the legs which is not getting okay with rest, or swelling in the feet or the face. But most of the time high blood pressure is detected on a routine antenatal visit. That means you've gone to your doctor for a routine regular check and then you discover that you have high blood pressure, and then we follow up this patient with multiple checkings, and then if, as I said in the beginning, it is more than 140/90 on two separate occasions, we will label the patient as hypertensive. Now, what is the way to prevent high blood pressure in pregnancy, or at least to reduce the complications associated with high blood pressure? So actually the planning starts before you get pregnant. So we want you to come to us while you are planning to get pregnant. That is the time we can ask you to reduce weight, move on to a healthy diet, reduce processed foods, start exercising, manage your stress. So these are the controllable factors. If you have high blood pressure, let's say it's a pre-existing high blood pressure, we would still want you to come. We want that the blood pressure is normal or near normal when you conceive. And there are certain medications which we do not want to continue in pregnancy. So normally if you are hypertensive, you might be taking something called ACE inhibitors or some other type of medication. But in pregnancy, we have a very limited bandwidth of medication. So we would want you to switch to something which is more pregnancy friendly. Now, routine prenatal visits are very important because that is where we pick up patients for high blood pressure, and timely starting of antihypertensives can control the severity of high blood pressure. So also during pregnancy, we would like you to gain an optimum amount of weight. If you gain unusual amount of weight in pregnancy, we are definitely worried. So we want to start with healthy diet early on in pregnancy. Now if you are hypertensive, we also want you to be very careful about monitoring your blood pressure at home. Because the moment it starts rising, we can increase the dose of your blood pressure medicines. In addition, we want you to take your medicines on time. So the other thing is, normally if we think you are at high risk for developing blood pressure in pregnancy, we can do a pre-eclampsia screening. I have talked before about preeclampsia, and there will be a separate session on preeclampsia, and you can follow my videos for finding out what really is preeclampsia. But we do preeclampsia screening at 12 weeks, where we do a blood test, do an ultrasound, calculate your age, family history, etc. And if you are at risk for developing preeclampsia, we want you to start ecosprin in the first trimester of pregnancy. We have seen that adding ecosprin in the first trimester of pregnancy can delay the onset of preeclampsia or can prevent preeclampsia altogether. So dear friends, it's very important that you are cognizant of the fact that you can develop blood pressure in pregnancy, and you go for your routine visits, and if you are detected to have high blood pressure, take adequate precautions in order to have a good outcome of your pregnancy, in order to make yourself and your baby safer. Thank you.